Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this brief webinar on door-to-door with Oriflame. Door-to-door sales are an alternative way to obtain new customers and grow your sales business. Some people do it solely door-to-door, but I would recommend that you use this alongside product demonstrations, selling to friends and family, and of course your contact list, which is so very important. However, door-to-door can be a very, very lucrative retail source. The thing to remember, I think, with Oriflame and door-to-door is that we're not known as a door-to-door selling company. Companies like Betterware, Clean Easy, Avon have been doing door-to-door for many, many years. They have a reputation for it. The customers know what to expect. With Oriflame, it's not the normal way of retailing. However, those who are using door-to-door have found it very, very successful. And even myself, as an old door-to-door person, have been surprised with the results. In fact, Richard Parks, our very own Richard Parks in the Warehouse, has been running a door-to-door team in Milton Keynes very successfully, excuse me, with very, very successful results, and has built quite a customer base. So I'm using some of my knowledge and some of Richard's findings in this presentation. What I would ask is please, please, please be patient if you're starting with door-to-door. I would suggest that you work an area and work the same area every catalogue, maximum every 2 catalogues, because the more you're in front of the customers, the more they become aware of Oriflame, and the more they become aware that we are now going door-to-door on a regular basis. Because the first time round a new area, you'll find that the response isn't great. People are sort of testing you out. They want to see if you'll come back. Haven't seen Oriflame for a long time. Is it going to be a long time until I see them again? So next time round, in a month or 3 weeks, depending on the length of the catalogue, they're likely to think, okay, we've got somebody who seems to be regular, and you start to build the orders. And by the time you're on your 3rd time round, I think most people have recognised that Oriflame are going to be calling on a regular basis. So please, please, please do be patient. What will you need to start your door-to-door operation? Well, I would suggest a minimum of 40 catalogues. But obviously the more you use, the more successful you will be. Some people use as many as 150, 200 catalogues at a time, but the choice is yours. You need customer order forms. They are available on the online order form, code number 480414. Catalogue bags is your choice. Some people leave the catalogue, bob it through the door or hand it to the person without using a catalogue bag. Some like to use a catalogue bag to keep it fresh, especially if it's being left out on the doorstep. Again, the choice is yours, and as above, it's available on the online order form, and the code is 480491, and they are £3.50, €4.80 for 100. Stickers for the catalogues are very, very important. You need a sticker on the front of the catalogue saying when you will be back to collect the catalogue. These can be ordered through customer care. They are generic, and I'll show you what they say in a minute. They are £1 or €1.38 for 10 sheets of 24, so 240. The message that we actually put on the sticker is a simple one. As I say, it's generic. Please take the opportunity to look at Oriflame's new range of natural Swedish cosmetics, top quality products at affordable prices. I will call to collect the catalogues in 24 to 48 hours. Please leave outside for collection. Again, the choice of whether you leave a catalogue 24 or 48 hours is entirely up to you. Personally, I used to leave catalogues 24 hours, and when I called to collect them, if people said I hadn't had a chance to have a look at it yet, don't worry, I'm in the area tomorrow or within the next couple of days. Please keep hold of it. Some people prefer the 48. I think it's a bit trial and error with the area that you choose. So you'll need all the things we've already mentioned and a "sorry we missed you" slip. I'll put in there, these are available from Printwell. We have an agreement with a very good printer called Printwell, who have an online ordering system that our people can go to order stuff like business cards, window cards, flyers, posters, and these sort of things. So the sorry we missed you slip is just like that. I will call back to deliver your order stroke collect your order date time. So if you've called round and somebody's not in and we need to leave a slip to say we're going to call back, there's a space there for you to fill in the details and bob it through the letterbox. You'll also need thank you for your order slips. These are available on the website for you to download. It's under sales support stroke advertising material, then go to useful designs and you will see this. And you can actually go on there and personalize it. So you can click on the day, the date, the time, fill in when you're going to be delivering the order, bob it through the letterbox. We'll go through how to use these things a little later in the presentation. So the next thing to do is choose an area. I'm going to be a bit of a reverse snob on this one. I found from experience the bigger houses, the 4-5 bedroom detached, are not necessarily the best areas for door-to-door. I always found, and I think Richard's finding the same, that semi-detached, terraced housing, perfect. Don't necessarily know why, it just seems to be the way. But choose an area that's easy to work. You don't want an area with great long drives that's going to take you an age to walk up. And aim to revisit the same area every catalogue, as I said earlier, to build awareness. When you're actually out there doing the jobs, there are three main ways to do the job. Door drops, which is just bobbing the catalogue through the door. Presenting, which is actually talking to the householder, or a mix of the two. If we start with the first, door drops, you need to prepare the catalogues before you go out with an order form inside, a customer order form, and a sticker on the front of the catalogue. And then if you are using the bag, obviously place them in the bags. You're simply posting the catalogue through the door. The sticker on the front of the catalogue says when you're going to be calling back. Please make sure you keep a record of every door that you drop catalogues at. And then obviously just leave for 24 or 48 hours, depending on what time scale you've chosen. It's a very quick method of doing it. The response, you will find out when you go out there. In some areas, through the door is the one that works best. In other areas, presenting can be better. The only problem with presenting is it takes longer. And when I say presenting, we prepare the catalogues in the same way with an order form and a sticker on the front, but you actually knock at the door and introduce yourself. You need to have a bit of bottle to do it this way. You need to have a bit of nerve. My introduction when I knocked on the door was always, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I'm just from Oriflame. We're just leaving our catalogue and I'm calling back to collect it in 24 or 48 hours. You don't necessarily need to get into a long conversation about who we are, what we are. I think leave the catalogue, go away, and some people are left at the door thinking, what's all this about? It might seem a bit rude, but it used to work well for me. I have another lady who I know does door-to-door and does it extremely successfully, and she will stand at the door and talk about Oriflame and talk about who we are, what we are, and why they should look at the catalogue. But she does get a heck of a strike rate and very, very good sales. But she's the sort of person who can do that. I think if you're a bit timid, dropping through the door might be the best way to start this off. Again, please make sure you keep a record of every door you've dropped at, because by presenting you will have some people who say no at the door. So very important that you keep these records. Again, leave for 24 or 48 hours. The mix is the third way, and that's knocking and presenting. So you knock the door. If there's somebody in, you make the presentation and leave the catalogue. If there's nobody in, just bob it through the door. If you do this method, I used to keep a record of which ones I presented to and which ones I just bobbed through the door, and then I could monitor which was giving me the best response. But again, up to you. You've got three choices as to how to do it. Choose the one that suits you. And again, keep a record. Please, keeping records of where you've been and when you've picked up the catalogues especially, is so very, very important. So, collecting the catalogues, whichever method you use to drop the catalogues, the collection is pretty much the same. You need to take with you new customer order forms to insert into the catalogue where you've got a completed order form. Sorry I missed you cards to bob through the door if the catalogue hasn't been left or there's nobody in. Catalogue bags to re-bag the catalogues when you get them back, just in case somebody puts the catalogue out without the bag. And again, keep saying it, a record of where you left the catalogue. And of course, thank you for your order slip, because we're going out there anticipating orders. How many orders will you get? How long is a piece of string? Some people get 1 in 5, some 1 in 10, some 1 in 20. But I'll tell you this, if you keep working the area, you will start to get a fairly consistent return on your catalogue drops. Some people will have left the catalogue outside when you call. Please, 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 if you see a catalogue on the porch, in the bag, always check inside to see if the order form is in there and if there's an order on the order form. You'd be amazed how many people pick up catalogues, get back home, check through the catalogues, find a very nice order in there, and the customer's forgotten to put their name and address on the top of the order form, and you've got a cracking order but you just don't know where to deliver it. So check the order form, make sure it's been filled out completely, and if there is an order in there, of course, bob a thank you for your order slip back through the door to inform the customers of when you're going to deliver and the date and a rough time. If no catalogue's been left, knock on the door and ask for the catalogue back. It's just a simple, excuse me, it's Oriflame. I left you the catalogue 2 days ago. I'm just calling to collect it back if you've got it handy. Keep it polite, don't be too formal, keep it friendly. If nobody's in, leave a sorry I missed you card and mark on your record sheet that you need to call the next day or when you're next in the area. This next one is so important, always be polite. If you're doing door to door and you're going through a gate, when you go back out of the gate, shut the gate. If it's open plan at the front, please don't walk across somebody's lawn, open plan lawn, to get to the next door, or even worse, walk along the path next to the window to get next door. People are put off by that. I once lost a very good order because I left a gate open in my very early days. It was a lady who got a small family, and she said, you know, if the kids had got out and the gate was open, and I thought, right, I will never, ever, ever do that again. Always as well, when you collect a brochure, whether you get an order or just get the catalogue back, just tell them, thanks very much. Even though they're not giving you an order, thank you very much. I'll bob one in next time I'm round, and go. Make sure you mark where you've called, where you've got the catalogues back from, where you need to call back to collect the catalogue because there's no catalogue left out. And I think the golden rule, please redistribute your catalogues. As you collect them in, put them back out. It's no use taking the catalogues home and putting them in the front room. They're no use to you there. If they're in somebody else's house, they can be earning you money. If they're in your house, they're earning you nothing. So as soon as you get them in, bob them back out again. Finally, we come to the delivery. This is the good part. This is the nice part, where we deliver the goods and we collect the cash and we see the money that we've earned. First of all, choose a good time to deliver. I used to deliver around tea time. It's the best time to catch people in, somewhere between sort of 5:30, 7:30. If you deliver in the morning and there's people out and then deliver in the afternoon, probably the same people are going to be out and then deliver in the evening. You're having to make 3 trips to get rid of 1 delivery. So pick your time. Sort your deliveries into street and numerical order. These are all things that I didn't do when I first started doing door-to-door, but I learnt very quickly. Because if you don't, you're in the next street and then suddenly you come to an order that was a call back when you were collecting the brochures. Oh crikey, I've just been delivering in Adams Street, now I've got to go back there. So make it easy for yourself, street and numerical order. Always, always please take a cash float. because Sod's Law says that the first house you go to gives you a £20 note for a £12.95 order and you've no cash. You can also take credit card payments using an app on your smartphone. So your upline will be able to explain this. There is also a full explanation of how to use your phone for credit card payments on our website under sales support. So well worth going in and having a look at that. Please never ever ever leave product without payment in full. No payment, no product. I don't care how well you know the person. And you know, some of the worst are your friends and relatives who say, oh, come on, I'll give you it tomorrow, and then they forget, and in the end you're having to chase them. No. No payment, no product. Look after your customers. They are gold dust to you. Once we get a customer with Oriflame, we tend to keep them, and the better you treat them, the better you look after them, the more punctual you are with delivery, the more polite you are, the more they'll talk to other people about, yeah, I've got this nice guy comes round, this nice lady who comes round, and it's good stuff. I would keep a customer spreadsheet if you've got a computer or a PC, and list all your customers, their names, and what they bought. Because I think next time round, it's nice to be able to knock on the door and say, hi, Mrs. Smith, I'm just leaving an Oriflame catalogue with you. By the way, how did you find the foundation that you bought last time I was around? It's that nice personal touch that people remember, and so they become a customer rather than just another number. So if you keep that information, it will pay dividends in the long run. And please don't forget to offer them the opportunity if you're looking to build your business. All these customers can be potential consultants if you're looking to build a team. And if you get a good customer who regularly buys, it's sometimes worth saying to that customer, Mrs. Smith, I wonder, if I left you a couple of catalogues, would you mind showing your friends? Because you obviously like the product. Would you show some of your friends the catalogue? And you'll find some customers who give you 3 or 4 orders when you call from their friends. So it's all building your business. So it's not rocket science, isn't door-to-door with Oriflame. It's being methodical, it's being polite, it's being prepared, it's making sure you know what you're doing before you start, it's being patient, and it's putting in the hard work. As I say, the first visit will be slow normally, the second visit a bit better, the third visit you're beginning to establish yourself. Okay, you've got to put in the hard miles to begin with. But once you've got that customer base, you've got it for life. So, good luck with your venture. I hope everything goes well with you. My name is Peter Sykes. I'm the sales director. My telephone number is all over the place. I would love to hear from you. I would love your good luck stories, your good news stories, or if things are going a bit wrong and you could do with a bit of advice or we need to change things a wee bit, email me, ring me. I'm always available. So, if you have been, thank you for listening to this webinar, and I hope it's been of some use to you. Thank you, and good luck.